Hello everyone, you are welcome to Grace Tech Analytics channel, a channel where you'll be guided in any subject related to data analytics. So we are on an adventure of exploring different tools we can use as far as data analytics is concerned to do all forms of problem formulations, collection of data, organizing your data, cleaning your data, analyzing your data, and building a report model for visualization or building dashboard for reporting. These are 5 processes that guided analytics, or we call them pillars. So as this subject, as important as the subject seems to be, there are tools that is always demanded for. So for some times now, I've been working on Excel and also on Power BI with you, and different analytics work you can use them to do. But this training, we are diving straight to another software that is more demanded for. So in the field of analytics, and it is called Tableau. So as you can see, tools for generating insight from my screen. So from beginner level, you must know how to work with Excel or Google Sheets, but majorly on Excel, because there are different features you can use to build automations and different features you can do to do advanced analytics. Even from beginner level to intermediates, you can work with Excel more. And as well, under this intermediate, you're going to see Tableau. And of course, we have worked with Power BI, Power Business Intelligence. So if you have not watched it, you can go through my channel. I've done different questions, analysis with Power BI for you. And as well, today we are diving to another one, which is Tableau. Power BI and Tableau are regarded as data visualization tools because they are very great when it comes to visualizations to report your findings to any organizations or to your boss. So, and this is what I'm showing you us today. I'll be showing us interface of Tableau, and as well, we are starting from beginning. We have different tools that we are going to be considering, which are taggers and like what we are just going to be working with from these illustrations, introductions to Tableau software, fast analytical software is more faster and more techies and have a bit wonderful analytics features. And we are going to be working with exploration of parameters, grouping in Tableaus, final grouping and how to create search engine in Tableau, set and Tableaus. We have 4 types of LOD. So I'm going to be showing us from view simple report and set in Tableau, beans in Tableau. These are just a few of many things we are going to be considering with time. So let me navigate through the subject and the software that we are going to be working with. And it's very, very important that we understand the course very well so that we'll be able to understand how to work with the libraries and the software. So this is our Tableau software from my screen. So we have 2 types. We have public one, we have private one. So for the sake of this training, so because the paid version of it is a private, why the one we can use generally is the public, because we want to have it on our desktop so that we can able to work with it without any hindrances or any limitations. But for the paid version, we are working for companies that will add more features that you can connect with different sources. But fortunately, we work more with some sources that is very, very available in public too, that you can work with. So anytime you open it, this is public one. It is available so that you can use it without any limitations. So the private one, if you are working for organization, So they'll be paying for it yearly. So the organization paid for it. So they will work with it. But all of them, they have the same interface. Just that one has more features to be carried out, to be linked to different data sources, and to get data from different multiple sources. And those limitations is what we are having in public, may not be able to have access to all those multiple data source, but we have 14 days trials for private. But for the sake of teaching, so that you can have it permanently on your laptop, so you can work with this on the public, just have it. And when we open it, it will show you this interface. Now, from this interface, if you click on this start bar from this side, you click on it, it will show you the entire view of this. Now, before we go there, click on the starting bar. So now we have Microsoft Excel and test file. Now, when we are working with Power BI, anytime you want to work with CSV or test file, it's writing is in form of test or CSV, which is common separated variable. Pro Excel is still Excel, but here we just seeing file, but we are working around Microsoft Excel and test file. This test file is CSV. So now the data I want to work with, if you want to bring data, RDB is Excel data set. I've shown you how to work with that. How to know whether it's Excel or CSV. You can watch my previous video. You'll be guided on how to do that. Now, when you click on test file, my data set is test file that I want to work with. Then I will locate where the file can be located on my system. This is how to import data inside Tableau. So I'm working with this price data set Tableau class. So I tag it like that. So it's a superstore data set that you can work with. Now, when we show you this interface. And this interface you are seeing is Canvas. Like you see that of Power BI. You can see Canvas under report views. So in Power BI, but in Tableau, we are going to be seeing the interface like this. So we cannot link it from here. So on this place, you can build different models. You can build different models by joining different values. In Power BI, we have models. Paraventures, we have it separately, but in Tableau, you're able to connect whatever you want to connect, the table you want to join, you want to link, you want to create a relationship between them. You do it inside this canvas, as you can see from here. So, and with time, I'm going to be showing you all the step-by-steps from the simple aspect of it to the advanced one and how to work with them. Now, once we have it, I'm just working with just a simple data set, at least for starting. So if I click on this practice data set, as you can see, it's showing us that all these data set, we have 21 fields, and we have 9994, which is 994 rows. So you can see the paraphrase here. So now, for us to launch it to Tableau, we are going to click on this sheet one. You can see sheets, and this sheet is linked to go to worksheets. If I click on sheets, so it will launch you to Tableau straight. So it will launch you straight to the interface. You are going to see Tableau. This is Tableau, and we're already inside Tableau now. So now we have three interface in Tableau. Unlike in Power BI that we have four, we have report, we have table or data, we have model view, and we have DAX, which is data analysis expression for bringing out from different formulas. But in Tableau, we have three. And these three, we have sheets. This is one. You have worksheets. This is the first one. So by the time we move to the next one, we have this one is called new dashboard. We have worksheet, we have dashboard, and we have the last one is called new story or storytelling for animation. So now, but under this sheet one, if I want to click on sheet two, you can see sheet two, but I'm not doing it yet. I'll just right click and delete the sheet. So this sheet one. So I want to work around sheet two. RDB's dashboard, you can see dashboard has come out. So this is for new story for, as I've said, for eliminations and bringing out for atomic different images. But I'm working with sheets. So this is three interface. We have three interface in Power BI and in Tableau. So now this is sheet one. It will tell you that this sheet one will write it here under this topic here. So we have another aspect. We have column shelf. It's called column shelf. and we have row shape. Now, every aspect of Tableau is calculation. If I click on it, it will tell me that what do I want to write. If I click on the rows as well, it will tell me what do I want to write. So if I click on this tab here, so on this place called mark shape. If I click down here, it will tell me that what do I want to write. So every aspect of it is calculation. So this is called row shape. Where I click and see it's blinking that did I want to write any function with it. So this row as well is blinking. Did I want to write any function with it? But not yet. So under this mark shape, we see you'll be blinking. You can write your function. So it's very more flexible that you can work with. So if you know what you want to write. Now in Power BI, you know that if you are working with Power BI, we have different visuals that you will show us under the visual section. Now, but here, if you click on show me, it will show you visual, but those visual will not come up. So because in Tableau, you use calculations to bring out that visual out. It's not like that Power BI that the visual is there. You can just click on it and drag any models inside it and it will generate visual for you. But in Power BI, in Tableau, it's not like that. In Tableau, we have to work with some formulas before you can see any visuals that will come to display. Now, this for the sake of this training, so we are starting with what I call exploration of parameter. I showed you in our in what you are going to be considering. They are very short, but they are loaded. So exploration of parameters, they are used to create parameters and restrictions to a particular variables. If you are working for any organizations and they want to work with a particular certain, they want to create restriction to a particular variable. So we are going to be using parameter to do it. For instance, let me just write the function. If you tap the sheet one, it will bring out the variables. Then you can write just a parameter function. This is parameter. Let me write in capital letter parameter function. So that's what we are working with. Now you can highlight it. When you highlight it, you can format it, time Romans. See I'm formatting it. You can format it. There are different, it's like in form of a Z that you're having all these fonts and all that. So you can do that. So just click on OK, parameter function. And the first thing I want to work with now, I want to work with the best performing products. So if I drag, these are different models. Now in Excel, in Power BI, they call them queries, but in Tableau, we call them tables. These are data and tables. These are information that you want to work with. These are all different feeds. And don't forget that another name for column is feed. These are different feeds. But now in Tableau, it will split your variables. Any variable that is in form of text, it will split it under dimension. Why, if we scroll down by default, you see measured names. We are seeing different another variables under those measured names. They are numbers, numeric. So it will split categories, things that they are text, and also it will split numbers apart. It will split both text and number. It will split them separately. So by default, that's how Tableau structures. It will split it for you. Now, the first thing I want to work with by product name. So if I click on product name here, I will click on add all members. So if I click on add all members, as you can see, so I'm just showing you different variables. Now these are matrices that because I've not dragged anything inside. So what I'll have to do is just to drag down. I want to work with products name with their sales. So in other words, I'll create a parameter for them. I will drag this because this also work with drag and drop. Like when we are having it in Power BI, this also is just drag it and drop it. If I drag inside matrix, you can see that I've dragged those sales inside matrix. Or if I just undo it, I can do it like this. I just drag my cell under inside my column shelf. So it will still appear like this. You can see that the visual just came up because we are doing a little sort of repeat calculation now. That's why you can see that the visuals like appeared. If you are not doing anything, it will not appear. So yeah, it's appearing small. So now, because I don't need it now, let me just close the show me section. So because we know what we want to do. Now, this sort, I want to sort them descending order. I can click it from here, this side. You can see this side. I can click it that under sorted descending. I can do like this, or if I undo, and I can sort it from there, from down here too. So anyone you like. And also, I want to tag it with labels. I can click on labels and I say show mark labels. So, or I will uncheck it. I will just look for the short call. The short form of it is just to click on text here. So it will still appear. I love all these short formulas that we have here than going through another long process. So now this is a different product name that we are having. And you can see by the time it starts throwing down, it's very long. So for us, we don't have the time to be throwing down. You can just click on yes to see how many rows we have here. So we are having almost like 1,850 rows. So this thing comprises of 1,850 rows. And the total summations that we're having almost like 2,297,000, and we have it to now 2,1. So these are total sum of solutions. It will sum it for us here, but that's not where we are going. Where we are going is that we want to create parameters, and parameters are used to create restrictions to a particular variables. Now, for instance, now I want to generate just the best first, I want to generate first best performing products, and as well, I want to work with 5 best performing products, and as well, I want to work with the 10 best performing product and 15 best performing product. Now, I'm working with the best performing product, 5 best performing product, 10 best performing product, and 15 best performing product. So that shows I'm having our 5 variables that I want to work with. There are restrictions that I want to create variable for. Now, the first thing I have to do with it is to create restriction for them. Now come under this my product name here. If I click on it, I'll click on filter. And I click on filter, it will come up. You see general, you see white card, you see condition, you will see top. I'll click on top. Once I click on top, I'll now click on by feed. By feed. Remove this now, click on by feed. Now you can see top now, but I will have to click on this button here. If I click on it, then I'll create new parameter. I have to create my parameter for it. What I want to see. Don't forget I'm working with by sales. And from here, under this name, just say what you want to work with that. We are working with best what? Best we are working with best performing products. You have to tag it, best performing products. Now, after you have clicked on it, click on list function. When you click on list functions, then it will ask you to write what you want to write. So you have to click on I'm working with the first, I'm working with the 5 best performing products, 10, and as well 15. These are parameters I want to create. Now from here, you just click on one best performing products. What you want to see must display them out. Best performing. So this is, or you can just say best performing products is simply best performing. What is what to see? What you want it to display? Performing products. So the second one, this one will become 15 best performing products. So this one also 10. This is, let me state this. Let me arrange them in order. This will be 10. So I have to change this ones to 10 here. While this one is no, this one is 5 rather. It's correct. This one is 5. So this is 5 best performing products. It's all right. So it's not 50, it's 5. Why is it writing 50? So this one is 10 best performing products. 10 best performing products. So this what I'm writing now is what I want to display for me. So products. This also is 15 best performing products. Now I click on OK. When I click on OK, you can see it here. I've clicked my parameter. I will now click on OK. Now, if I click on OK, come under parameter that we have created here. You can see what you have created here. But now we have to create this by clicking on show parameter. You click on show parameter, you are going to have it under your model here. So if I click on it, this is best performing product. Now, because I'm having it in best performing product, just showing me one variable that if I click place my things on it, it will show me the full name of that particular product. That Kano email class 200 is advanced copier is the best, and it's telling us that it's making like almost like 61,600. So if I click on the 5 best performing products, it will show me. So I can just click on their full model by clicking on the entire views. So I'll be able to see those variables very well. So I will click on, if I click on 10 best performing products, you can see 10 best performing products as well. So you can see that they are changing. If I click on 15 best performing products, it will show me 15 best performing products as well. Let me take it back to best performing product 10. So it will show us now and what they have sold. So after Keno image, we have the followers that followed by all these telepresence and all that follow. Now, if I want to change the color, I will just click on this there. I will just click on like more blue or anyhow, or I just click on the one that is more deep like this, or anyone that you like, sha. Just click on them. So it will work. So we can see these parameters now. So we can click now. If they are now asking that we should bring them or we should show them the worst or less performing products. Don't let me use worst, less performing product. They perform just that they are not performing up to expectation. Less performing product. Now we have seen the best performing product. Now we have to create everything inside this model without any stress. So I'll just click on this my product name again. I'll click on edit filter. When I click on edit filter, I'll come to top as well. I will leave it by feed, but I have to click on this button again. I have to create new parameters for it. I will create it separately. This one will now be less performing products. Less performing products. So from here, I'll click on my list functions. And I click on my list functions, then I want to generate the worst performing products. Let me just use worst perform. Let me use this performing products. Uh, Let me use the worst performing product at least for the sake of teaching. So worst performing products, I will click on 5 as well. This one also be 5 worst. So when you click on anything here, it will appear automatically. Performing products. So if I click on, I will stop at 10 here. So just to show us was performing products. So I click on my OK again. So and OK. So you can see that and it's showing us that worst. By the time you click on this parameter side here and click on show parameters, you can see that this is worst performing products. And now, and you click on this worst now, so it's still showing us that this best one is still the one that is showing. It means that there's something we are still missing, we have not done. You have to go back to your product name and click on edit filters, then click on top. Don't forget that we are looking at the worst. Now we have to change this top. Now we have to change this to bottom. When I click on button, then you click on OK, it now show you the worst. Now you can see now that it's showing you the worst now. So let's see the worst. So it's telling us this Educa disposal bags and all that is the worst. And it's telling us the mail is just 1,628 there. So let's look at the 5 worst performing products. So it's not, you can tag these ones to be red. They are not performing. Just tag them to be any color so that at least to show that they are not really performing. Let's show deep red for them so that they can know that they are not performing. And this is worst. Can you see now? So these are it's showing us these are worst performing products. Um, can you see that we are seeing them and we are seeing how they are performing? That these people they are not really performing very well. Now, one of the um like one of the best things that it is good when we are working with Tableaus that we can really try to compare them with those people responsible for it. Now, as we are seeing this product name, I can move ahead to click on their product, their customer name to see those people responsible for this and this worst performance. So you can see now that they are showing us that this worst perform product, we are seeing those people responsible for it. So customer name just sold all this. Can you see? So we are seeing people responsible for it. Even if I change this to worst, I will see that person. I will see the name of that person that was really, really not performing well. Can you see? Doris Liebe. Can you see? So that's how we can start working with. Now, if I want to go back to the best, I'll just come back here on this product now. I'll just edit the filter and I will switch it. Click on top again. I'll just switch this to the best performing products. I see. When I switch on the best performing product, I've not finished doing it. I have to change it back to top. Don't forget. So it's not bottom again. I'm working with best. Then I'll have to change this to bottom. If I click on it this side, you can see now they are showing us that it's because let's try to work with the one that like the just one this. I can sort them very well. So is this, let's sort them in descending order. So now when I sort in descending order, you can see that Tamara Shard is the best, followed by Ribbon Bush, followed by Tom's Ambro, Hunter Lopez. Now, these are like the best. No, that shows that Tamara Shard performed best. So amidst of this particular product, it's not only one person that sold it, for you to accumulate almost like 61,600, there are people that contribute to it. So, but Tamarashad seems to be the best out of others, followed by this Bush. She'll be able to navigate or to compare them with those people that are responsible for this analysis. And this is how to work with it without any stress. So I wish that you should follow me up more for more of these videos as I'll be updating more video on this that will guide you and help you more as anything related to analytics. And I will wish to introduce us to another one that you will find so interesting. Under this sheet one, you can just click on product. This is products analysis. So just write it, product analysis. So as you can see it here, click on new sheet, this new sheet. You click on new sheet again. Now, what I want to work with now, I want to work with parameter dimension. So I will just click on dimension parameter. Now, I will explain this dimension parameter for us. So under these dimension parameters, so let me try to edit them also. So I told you that in Tableau, it always splits different text from numbers. So anyone you are seeing text, they are dimension, and anyway you are seeing numbers, they are called measures. So get that one and understand this. Now, as I'm working with dimension parameters, what I'm working with now is if I want to work with many things together, like the previous one I did, I work only with products, just only one product name. Now, if I'm working with more than one variables or table at the same time, how will I work with them? So it means that I have to just do more calculations with it so that I'll be able to do that. But I'm working around dimension parameters alone for today. Next one, I'm going to show you how to work with measure, which is numeric. But dimension is I'm working with just only text. So most time, this table category we have here, they are form of text, they are called dimension. While this numeric form, they are called numbers. So because they are numeric forms, these are just a dimension, they are in text form. That is the meaning. Now, let's go ahead to do that. I want to work with products. I want to work with products. I want to work with customers. And I want to work with states. About three things I want to work with. And I'm going to be navigating through them to see their functions and formulas. How will I do that? the first thing I have to work with, let me just click one and bring one outside. Let me just click on customer names. Then I will drag. I'm working with customer name with sales again, so I'll have to drag it here. So I will sort them. I will sort it in descending order as usual, and I sort it in descending order. I can give it test. So you can see there are very many. So we have almost like 793 numbers of customers. They are very, very important. They are very, very, it's very, very large uh, information. Now, but I want to work with, there is not only customer I want to work with. I want to work with the estate. I want to work with the product. Three things at the same time. If you want to work with more than one things, that involving tables. So because all these customers, they have different information on that. For instance, now for other only customers, we have almost 793. As product, we saw the other time. Pro, we saw almost like 800 and something. So in products, so they are very much. All these things are tables, but how will you now work with them to the point that all these tables will be showing us different information under them, and that's what I want to show us. And I'm working with dimension first before we move forward. Now, under these things, the first we have to create is to click on this button here. So you can see this button here. It will show us. So it will guide us to work with them and also to see the button. So it is good. This button here, you can see this button that I'm circling here. So under this button here, so we're able to see what I'm showing you. So we click on it, is that button you are going to click on. So you are going to see different variables that you want to work with. So click on this button and you click on create parameters. When you click on create parameters, you can create parameter from different places. So you just click on this place, just see dimension. Just click on that you are working with. This is dimension, dimension parameters. So let me just say dimension parameters. Oh, under this dimension parameters, then I'll click on floats. But this float is decimal. We have different data types. I've told you since that this floats indicate um, floating, which is decimal, integers, we have string. But what I want to write is string is text. I have to click on text. I'll click on list. So under this place, and work with customer. Don't forget everything you write here. Be very careful of it. If you are writing it in small letter like this, so you must be able to watch the next place you are going to write so that you will not retype things that you do not enter. Just be careful what you have written here because you are going to repeat somewhere exactly where you wrote it here. So click on OK. So I've clicked on the three things I have to work with. So I'll click on this dimension parameter. I'll show parameters. So these are three variables. But if I click on product, it won't work. Nothing will change. Nothing will change. Can you see nothing is changing? So nothing will change. Now that shows that there's further calculation I have to do before the thing change. So I'll click again on this base. If I click on it, I'll click calculated fee. Don't forget, in Power BI, we have DAX for calculating different from their libraries to do all form of calculation. But in Tableau, it is called calculated fee. It is used to do a form of calculation. If I click on calculated fee here, they have to click on my dimension. Though that's what I'm working with. My dimension parameter. At least I'll write my table. Now, I'm working with this because I'm still going to show us another formulas to do this. But now I'm working with what I call case function. Case function. In case function, we have something called when and then. When is input, why then is the output. So when I click on it, I will have to tag these parameters with it. Then I will write my case function. So it's when, don't forget, when I have what? Customer. This is what you wrote when you are writing your parameters. Be careful, you must write it like that. Then what I want to see, I want to see what? I want to see customer plus customer name. So by default, we come out when. So you can see there are functions that will just come up because it's a case function. When I when I when I write a product name, what I want to see I want to see my product name. You can see this one is coming out. There are product inside there. When I want to see state what I want to see, then the output I want to see state. So now it's still writing calculated contain errors. Now you have to close it with what I call end function. So the end function will tell you that your calculation is valid. So otherwise, it won't tell you that it's valid. But anytime you write it, it will say your calculation is valid. Then you click on OK. When you click on OK, so it is done here. You have to drag it. You can see that by the time you click on OK, the thing move down straight to under dimension tables. So you have to drag it under this customer name here. You can see that when you drag inside this thing, you see the visual change a bit. So sort it descending order. When you sort in descending order, now if I click on anything here, product, you can see that it's changing. Can see it's changing. So everything is changing. We are able to see different customer by their best performances and also products by the best performances and also state by their best performances. Now, but this one you see that dimension parameter, those things not changing yet. You have to remove this because we create formula for you. Come under insert function. When you click on insert function, you can see dimension parameters. Click on it here. Now say by what I work is by 6. I will give you assignment. You are going to work with by products. Now, this is by state and I have to, you can tag it here under this. Let me just by 6. Let me write this in small letter by 6 so that everything. Now, this is state by state. If I click on customer, it will tell me that this customer by 6. So you can write another best colors that you want to, you like that. Maybe you want to showcase. So down, you can even showcase multi-colors. So to make it more glaring, so if I just drag my parameter dimension under my color, so something can you see now? This multicolor will come up so that we can hide this. We don't want this. So I just hide this. We don't want this in our visuals. So so under this, just say hide card. So you can see. So you can see that it's showing us different visuals with it. So products, it will show us different visual and also the best products that we sold. Even we tell us by state, the best state by sales is California, followed by New York. This is, and you are seeing that this thing is changing here as you are clicking on it. And the assignment I will give you is to go and work with create dimension parameters to um work with you are going to work with let me show you what you are going to work with segments. You are going to work with segments, you are going to work with subcategories, and also you are going to work with by their region. So these are assignments that I'm giving you to work with. And you are going to submit it, or also you can submit your assignment under my description on my YouTube so that I can follow you up and also to guide you if where necessary. So you can help me to share my teachings to people. Also follow me up is a little way of contributing to what I'm doing. Subscribe and share. And please make sure you watch those videos so that you can follow and be guided and feel free to reach out to me for any guiding and also mentorship on any areas. Um, you are welcome.